Welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. As you may notice behind me, there's a certain national monument here in the United States that's displayed. Now, I do live in South Carolina, but the next state in alphabetical order is South Dakota. Haven't been there yet, but this is famous mountain called Mount Rushmore, hosts 4 of our most popular presidents. Now, I'm sure it was of great debate at the time of which 4 would get onto the list. Washington and Lincoln certainly, but Jefferson, good choice, and probably Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, that was probably the one that was most debated. But there's always debate, and it's always a conversation piece. So I decided, I don't think I've seen anyone do this in the crypto space. I've seen it done in the sports world with players or position, just players, or I've seen it done in other avenues or other, like even in the music industry, but I haven't seen anyone do it in crypto. If you have, please let me know down in the comments. But what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to give you one video a day of each 4 that I chose, and then I'm going to conclude in part 5 of the names that I considered but didn't quite make the list, and as to why. So again, this is going to be a dialogue, a conversation. I hope to see you in the comments down below saying who do you think is going to be on the mountain, who did I miss, who is omitted, who should I not put on, who should be, and if you think of a name that should be on the mountain, please tell me who you would take off to put up on the mountain, because there's only room for 4. So with all that said, let's get to one of our 4 for Mount Rushmore from the crypto version coming up next. All right, everyone, we are on day 4 of my crypto Mount Rushmore, which means that there are 3 more videos to watch up here to see who went in this spot, and this spot over here. But the 4th spot, which is actually behind my head right now, is going to get filled today. It'll be the 4th and final face that goes on my crypto Mount Rushmore. So it's going to be, this is the time where you're trying to guess who that 4th face is going to be if you've seen the other 3 videos. And if you haven't, they're right up here. I'll make the whole playlist shortly. But who is it going to be? I will tell you that this person is a major influence in the space. Now, I thought about this one, and I tried to think about who should I put on the spot? Because it wasn't easy it's tough to boil down to just 4 names. And, obviously, Satoshi Nakamoto was an easy one. So we already got that one. But the other names, a little tougher. So the 4th name that I'm going with today is someone that's very influential in the space. I see him all over YouTube. I see him all over. He's a walking soundbite. He talks incessantly about Bitcoin. He is a maximalist, but he founded a company, and he's used that company very well. The company is basically now a de facto Bitcoin ETF, and it's a fund. It's a electronic transfer fund. I think that's what an ETF is. Anyway, doesn't really matter. It's just, instead of having a fund to invest in Bitcoin, that you can buy stock in his company because they hold so much Bitcoin. You're virtually buying Bitcoin itself. So who am I talking about? The one and only Michael Saylor. Okay, as I jump all around these images, and I'm not trying to be on the mountain myself, but I wanted to make room for Michael Saylor right here. Hi, Michael. So, Michael, he is the founder and CEO of MicroStrategies, and if you've never seen the interview, it's a lengthy one that he did with Raoul Pal. It's quite engaging, and I would recommend that you go watch it. It talks about how MicroStrategies came to be, how Michael Saylor really got involved, and when he brought the idea of investing in Bitcoin to his board of directors, about half of them were already in Bitcoin, so it was an easy sell. So, but right now, I think MicroStrategies is over 100,000 Bitcoin, and it continues to grow. He recently borrowed against his financial statements of his company to go get more Bitcoin, and he sees it as a foundational form of money, and it's outpacing inflation. It is how does he phrase it? I think that he is Bitcoin is the apex predator of all currencies. So it's like the top form of money. It is digital gold and then some. So programmable money. And he has basically changed MicroStrategy from a software consulting company to an ETF, which is, by the way, which is an exchange-traded fund. I had to go look it up. I really didn't remember what ETF stood for. There's too many acronyms in this space. But as people just love throwing letters together, just like they like making lists. So this is my top four. Michael rounds out my top four. Why did I pick Mike? I think he goes by Michael. I'm not going to call him Mike. I don't know Michael that well. I never met him yet. Love to one day. Love to interview him one day. But for now, I chose Michael because he is a walking soundbite. He talks so eloquently and succinctly about Bitcoin and why it means so much. And he's able to bring Bitcoin to the masses because he's already in the corporate world. He's a CEO of a company. It's publicly traded. He understands the financials and the fiduciary responsibility of being a CEO. He understands Bitcoin. He understands software. He understands the financial system. So while I do give him a little bit of, I question him for being a complete maximalist, because I think that while we all believe that the use case that Bitcoin solves of the best form of money, absolutely, I think that's the right answer as far as a store of value and a store of wealth. But as far as a currency, he talks about using the dollar. I don't think that's going to be the answer. I think it's going to be some other form of cryptocurrency, maybe Litecoin, maybe Bitcoin Cash, maybe something else. But I think there's many use cases that can be used with blockchain, and the top killer app on blockchain has always been Bitcoin. So Michael Saylor is the number one proponent and biggest cheerleader for Bitcoin out there, and he's all over the internet, all over YouTube, he's all over CNBC. He's everywhere. And he's one of the top names and voices in cryptocurrency right now. And while he may not be directly tied to any particular project, I would say if you asked who one of the faces of Bitcoin are right now, I think it would be one and only Michael Saylor. So thank you, Michael. And now let's take a final look at all four of our faces, and then we'll find a place for me to fit on the screen. Okay, there's no good place for me to stand right now. I will tell you that right now. I am just walking back and forth in front of the mountain. I think maybe I'll go over here and let you guys get a look at the full mountain. So there you go. There's the full mountain. We have Satoshi Nakamoto, Reggie Middleton, Gavin Wood, and Michael Saylor in that order. So I'm just a tourist here, enjoying my space here in South Dakota, my virtual South Dakota, my virtual crypto Mount Rushmore. And these are the four faces that I chose. I chose the founder of Bitcoin, was Satoshi Nakamoto. I chose Reggie Middleton, the founder of DeFi. I chose Gavin Wood, I think the number one influencer on both the Ethereum and Polkadot projects. And Michael Saylor, the number one proponent right now for Bitcoin. So those are the four names that I chose today. I'm starting to cramp up in this weird pose, but it's working for me for right now, so I'll stick it out for another minute. What are your thoughts? What do you think about the crypto mountain, the crypto Mount Rushmore that I put together? Do you like these four names? So there are four faces. Who would you change? Do you agree or disagree? And if you want to put another person on the mountain, you have to take someone off. So I would love to hear your thoughts and read them later on the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I look forward to hearing from you and talking to you soon. So with all that said, I'm going to awkwardly close the drawer in the bureau, say follow the leader one more time, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.